Hello, welcome to Kim and Friends, where we laugh through the chaos, cry whenever the hell we feel like it, and always keep it real. Because as women, the conversations we have and the stories we share behind closed doors need to be heard out in the wild. I'm Kim, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen today. I really hope something resonates with you. Hello, Kim and Friends listeners. We are back. First episode of season 2, and I am here with you in my lovely daughter Edna's room because it's the cleanest room in the house and the quietest. I am so excited to be here again. We have some exciting things coming in season 2. But I thought it would be nice to do a little catch up and tell y'all a little bit about what me and my family have been up to since we last chatted. And that would have been end of November. I think November 25th was my last episode. I listened back to it earlier today. One of the first things I was struck with was like how much has changed, but how little has changed, like all at the same time. Because the sentiments that I expressed in that episode definitely still every bit as true today as they were 2 months ago. But my headspace and my perspective now with the hindsight that I have with, having the knowledge of how our holidays went, just makes me kind of laugh at myself. Not that what I spoke about and the heaviness of the holidays and all of that doesn't still ring true. But we had a blast this Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I mean, some crazy things happened, some fun things happened, but it's just the wisdom of hindsight and the perspective of hindsight is just what I was really struck with, because it just doesn't have to be that fucking serious all the time. It just doesn't. And I am like recognizing and aware of my cycle as we go into the holidays, and I feel the anxiety and the stress and the pressure to make it so wonderful for everyone. And I mean, I guess get like even a little martyry, like wanting more help, or I don't know, feeling the weight of the world that I put that on myself, that it's up to me to create this beautiful time of year, specifically for my kids. And I don't do that alone. I do have a lot of help with that. And the holidays turned out exactly how they were supposed to be. And we even had some crazy things happen. My lovely sister Pam, after what I told you about in, the last episode of season 1, I had just had pretty significant work done on my car. It was a financial payout that we weren't anticipating. And then right on the heels of that, my sister Pam and her family came in town, and I had my car back from that work for about 48 hours, and she backed into my car. She was parked in the driveway. I was parked on the street. She backed into my car. She just drove away and went up the street to my mom's house. It was late in the evening. She figured I wouldn't see it until the morning anyway. So she was like, in the words of Scarlett O'Hara, we'll think about that tomorrow. And then my husband got a call and had to leave. And he came outside and he, calls me, comes running back in. He's like, there was a hit and run. Somebody hit your car. You got to call the cops. And I walked out and I looked at my car and I was like, no, honey, Pam backed into my car. I knew instantly exactly what had happened. And it was like truly just funny. Like I didn't, there was a part of me that was like frustrated because I had just gotten my car back. We had already had to deal with some things. And then now this was happening right on the heels of that. But I knew like they'll put it into their insurance, it'll get taken care of, my car will get fixed. It's just things. Like it is not the end of the world. So that was like right before Thanksgiving. That happened. Then Thanksgiving, Goose was sick. So we weren't able to host Daniel's family. And I had already told you all it's my favorite holiday. We always host all of my husband's side of the family on the Saturday after Thanksgiving. So we weren't able to do that because my son had a fever. Again, hindsight, not the end of the world. We ended up hosting his family Christmas instead. Usually his sister hosts Christmas, but she was dealing with home repairs and renovations and wasn't going to have an oven. So my husband reached out to his sister and said, would you mind if we just host Christmas since we didn't get to host Thanksgiving? And she was like, I literally found out today my oven is not going to be delivered on time. That would be awesome. So we ended up having all of his family here for Christmas. And it's just interesting how things like that always just sort of work themselves out. So my car went into the shop on December 16th again for the repairs on the door. And I had a rental car. Rental car battery died. Had to get another rental car. Just lots of things. Just life. I mean, everybody's got it. Everybody, it's happening. It's just in real time. What fire am I putting out? What crisis am I dealing with? What's going to be next? So Christmas Eve, we have probably about 20 people at our house. And it was a blast. My husband has taken on this new hobby of mixing drinks. So he was making all these like fancy cocktails for everybody. And we were playing games and all just sitting around the table. And like truly like my favorite time ever is when I am home and my house is filled with love. So like that was like 1000% what was happening. Lots of laughter, drinks are flowing, and couldn't have planned it or written it better myself. Such an amazing time. And it's about 9 o'clock at night. Everybody has left. Everybody got here about 2. And I'm standing in the kitchen drinking, I don't know, my 6th, my 12th, my 17th glass of wine. Just like a very, very happy Christmas Eve drunk. Not out of control, but you know, the alcohol had been flowing. And Goose walks into the kitchen and he's like, looks kind of trepidatious. And I'm like, what's up, bud? And he's like, this is Christmas Eve. I know this isn't a really great time, but I have some questions about Santa. I'm lubricated. I am feeling great, but my coping skills for this situation, probably not at their best. So I'm like, okay, hang on right there. I have to go get your dad. So I go find Daniel. I bring him in the kitchen. I'm like, okay, Goose, tell Dad what you just told me. And he says it again. I really have some questions about Santa. And Daniel was perfection. He's like, okay, bud, do you just have like some grievances that you need to air? Or are you like really looking for some answers? And he says, no, I'm really looking for some answers. So Daniel says, well, bud, is the Easter Bunny real? He said, no. Goose, is the Tooth Fairy real? Goose again, no. Daniel says, is Santa Claus real? And Goose goes, oh, crap. So Edna's in the kitchen by this time too. We're all three sort of tag team in this situation. He does get a little upset. He starts to cry. And I'm like, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Christmas is still such a magical time. There's still so much magic, even once you come onto this side of the curtain with us. I'm like, Sissy's known that, Santa wasn't real. I mean, she learned, Christmas of third grade, just like you right now. Does it seem like Sissy's Christmases are any less magical than they ever have been? And he's like, no. And he's still a little upset. And Daniel's hugging him. And then Edna says, hey, Goose, you can touch the elf now. So he instantly dries up, gets so excited. He runs and finds his elf. And he's like, yeah, I could touch the elf now. And we're telling him there's lots of people that still believe in Santa Claus. And there's lots of, younger kids and kids at school that we can help keep that magic alive for. And you definitely don't want to tell anybody else. And, we can, think about all the other things that are great about Christmas time, the giving and the receiving and the community and the family. And so then, it's we're thinking we're all just about to go to bed, but that did not end up happening. We ended up staying up another 2 hours and watched Gremlins as a family on Christmas Eve night. So then Christmas morning comes, everybody gets their gifts. We have that wonderful time Christmas morning. And then my family always comes over at Christmas Day. We have a brunch, biscuits and gravy, egg casserole, bacon, Baileys. The drinks start flowing again. Had a wonderful time with them. And then by Christmas Day night, Goose was like, this is the best Christmas ever. And things are just never the way you think they're going to be. I mean, what kid looks back on the Christmas they found out that Santa wasn't real and calls it the best Christmas ever? So that was really heartwarming. Edna had a wonderful Christmas too. She's always asking for a new phone or an iPad or, one of those pricier items that it's okay, well, me and your dad and all your grandparents will go in and you're getting that and then some stocking stuffers and Merry Christmas. But she didn't ask for any technology this year. So she just got tons of clothes, tons of perfume and makeup and so many more things off of her list than she thought she was going to get. Daniel surprised the whole family. Well, first he surprised me on Christmas Eve with a wine aerator. We don't always buy for each other. We're this way about gifts in general. We don't always get each other birthday gifts. We don't always, eventize Valentine's Day or our anniversaries or Christmas. We just sort of check in with each other. It's where are we at? Some years I'll get him something, he doesn't get me anything, and vice versa. And this was just one of those years where he just really surprised me. I didn't think we were doing anything for each other. So he gave me a wine aerator on Christmas Eve because he knows me. And he was like, this is really silly for you to open on Christmas Day because I know you're going to use it today. And then Christmas Day, he surprised all of us with 4 different games that we could play together as a family. And I just thought that was just so thoughtful. And I mean, the holiday spirit and the, feelings of love and the feelings of appreciation were just alive and well in the Brown house on Christmas. So I wanted to catch y'all up on all of that because I know the way we left things at the end of November. I was talking about not being festive and the heaviness of the holidays. And yes, all of that, still existed and was still there. But there were just some core memory moments. I feel like Christmas 2026 or 2025, we're in 2026 now. Thanksgiving 2025 with my sister hitting my car and Christmas 2025 are just going to be two of the holidays that we talk about for many years to come. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is, hi, I'm Kim, and I don't follow through because I also listened back and heard that I was going to be checking in with all of you on social media and letting you know how our holidays went. And I was going to share these codes for these discount codes for Old Glory and Cozy Earth. And yeah, I didn't do any of that. So if you didn't already know it about me, here it is. I am not always the best with follow through. So get on board or don't. I hope you can love me despite that or because of that, because you relate to it. But I will get those discount codes tacked on, for this episode and for the coming episodes. And the last thing I wanted to tell you about is New Year's resolutions, because I've talked in the past about goals. I'm resistant to goals. I have a fear of failure. I tend to keep my dreams or my ambitions small, and I sit in huge admiration of those that don't. But I do always sort of reflect around the new year and think of just like something that I can just maybe try to do a little different. And in all of 2024, it was the year that I grew my hair out. So all of 2024 was the year I grew my hair out. And then it was always up, like 2025, put it in a claw clip, put it in a ponytail, slick back bun. I grew all this hair out just to hide it. So I'm like, for 2026, I think I'm going to try to wear my hair down more often, specifically to work. I'm going to wear my hair down. I'm going to fix my hair for work more often. Well, I made it a week. 1 week. Maybe wore my hair down 3 times, 4 times. And bam, it's been back up in the claw clip ever since. So I don't know. Not really feeling any kind of way about that. Just thought it was interesting that even when I set these like really low level expectations for myself, I still just go, fuck it. I'm not going to do it. I actually posted it on my Instagram story today. Let me look at it. Let me tell you what it says specifically, because it's really hits home with where I'm at in my headspace and how I was just feeling right now. Let's look at it together. It says, I think midlife is just becoming who you were at 15 again, but loving her this time. And that was like, yes. So true. I really get nostalgic about the music that I loved at that time in my life. I remember being so self-conscious and guarded and definitely not in love with myself. But now here I am at 44, listening to the same music, getting excited about the same things. I dance the same way. I have the same sense of humor. And I just fall more and more in love with growing older and with the person I am, the good, the bad, and everything in between every day. So next week, I'm bringing Bestie Claire back. And Claire and I talked about this in our episode as well. The appreciation for your flaws. The acceptance. The unconditional love that we can show to ourselves. And I just sink deeper and deeper into that the older I get. So yeah, Claire has been in Costa Rica. She's had a lot of changes in her life since we spoke this past summer. We were a little bit maybe obtuse about those changes in our first episode, but I think she's at a place where she's going to be more comfortable with opening up about those things a little bit more. So I'm excited for all of you to get to know her a little better. And I'm really excited for season 2. I'm really happy you're here. And I'm excited to see where these next 10 to 12 episodes take us together. Hope you're having a great day today. And I will share those discount codes here shortly. Thanks for listening, y'all. Bye. Cozy Earth's luxurious bamboo bedding and pajamas are loved by Oprah, Kris Jenner, and thousands of customers. They offer the ultimate in softness and cooling comfort. Enjoy an exclusive discount with my promo code KimAndFriends at CozyEarth.com. Old Glory offers over 300,000 items for music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture fans, featuring officially licensed merch from iconic bands and top sports teams. Discover your perfect fan gear and save with my exclusive discount, Kim and Friends, at oldglory.com.